Hello everyone, this is Bonehead Spectre, and today this is going to be a different kind of video. Instead of playing a game or anything, we're just going to be talking about my, this rabbit hole I've been going down on Peppa Pig. Okay, stay with me here. So, Peppa Pig is a British, preschool, series, I guess, show, where we just follow the various misadventures of the main character Peppa, her little brother George. This is Mummy Pig, and this is Daddy Pig. That's pretty much all you need to know for introductions. Yeah. So, what got me back into it, I guess you could say, is the news that Mummy Pig is pregnant. That's right, she's gonna have another kid. You can see a little piggy right here. But here's the first question, I guess. Why are their litters so small? Okay, here you can see she's very distinctly a couple years older than George. And they were different. They were in the olden days episode. Peppa, these were two different pregnancies. It's not like one just came out a lot bigger than the other. No, they were two separate pregnancies. And here we have a third, which is probably just gonna be one kid. Pigs have litters, like litters of 5 or so. Sometimes, sometimes there's just one, depending on, but that's rare. Usually they come in 2 or 3 or more. So why are their litters so small? Why are there only one-child pregnancies? And same for the rabbits, really. Okay, we have in older episodes, Mummy Rabbit was pregnant, gave birth to 2 twins. So we have Rebecca Rabbit, we have, I think his name's Richard, and we have Rosie and Robbie. Rabbits are infamous for breeding a ton. So while it makes sense that they have a lot of kids, here we are with the single child pregnancies. 1 and 2, and this is the only litter, if you could call 2 a litter, that we see. Actually, scratch that. We see these 2. They're twin sisters, I guess. Mrs. Rabbit and Mummy Rabbit. So there's only 2 of them, which confused me when I was researching this, because up until now, I was under the impression that there were a lot more of these 2, or at least more of Mrs. Rabbit, because she has a ton of jobs. She's a smoothie maker at a grocery store. I don't know what this is, cowboy. She's a cop. She's a tourist. Well, yeah, tourist or something. Helicopter pilot, scuba diver, nurse. So she has a lot of jobs, and I was under the impression that these were all separate Mrs. Rabbits, and they just had a large family. But no, she's more like the Brooklyn guy of Peppa Pig. So what happened with the litters? Why are they so small? One of my friends suggested that they're eating the other children, but in all fairness, it could just be a side effect of being anthropomorphic, because, I don't know, years of evolution has probably changed things. So, you know what, let's just accept that. Next point. How do predators and prey work here? Here we have a fox and we have a rabbit. Okay? Here we have a dog and a cat and stuff. Do these 3 eat meat? at all. Like, besides fish, because fish are shown as, like, not anthropomorphic. They're just regular fish. So, do these three eat meat? Do they eat other anthropomorphic rabbits? Do we see this little pupper eating just chicken characters? We'll get back to that. But yeah, a fox and a rabbit sound familiar. Okay. Here we have a lion and a gazelle. Okay. She's very obviously afraid of him because he's a lion. Now, is this because it's a stereotype and she's just racist? Or is this actually something that they do where they actually eat human or anthropomorphic gazelles? Because she goes, a lion, till she goes, chill out, I work here. Then she chills for a while, and then he says it's time for lunch, and then she's afraid again, till he pulls out like a sandwich or something. So how do predators eat in this world? Here we have a bear, Dr. Bear. Realistically, these rabbits should have been dead. They should have been dead the moment they crossed paths with Freddy Fazbear over here. Alright. Yeah, now on the topic of food. The show does a good job of keeping their characters vegetarian. They eat their cucumbers and their lettuce and their tomatoes and their pizza with no meat on as a topping. Subs with just lettuce and tomato. So it's not cannibalism. There's no meat. We got their fruit. We got their Chinese food which seems to be vegetable egg rolls and stir fry, but very decidedly not meat and not meat. And she's just chomping down on a carrot over there. And what is this? What is this we see here? Is this cheese? And are these eggs? But eggs come from chickens, and cheese comes from milk, which comes from cows. Look here, they're eating eggs, and he's drinking milk. And there's a cow character with a bowl. There's a cow, and here she is with the milk. Did she produce it? Is she single-handedly responsible for this world's milk? Or are there more cows? And is their entire species just forced to produce milk on a regular basis? Now, onto the chicken thing. We see in other episodes that birds are decidedly not anthropomorphic. We got chickens, we got ducks, we got parrots, and we got just regular birds. None of them can talk. None of them are people. Like Peppa and George over here. They can't interact with the world the same way the other characters can. And it seems that reptiles and I don't know what snails are, but turtles and geckos are not human. Well, are not people. Snails are not people. Frogs are not people. And platypi are not people. So the general rule seems to be that if it can lay eggs, it's not a person. Because that covers birds, that covers reptiles, that covers whatever the snails are, covers amphibians. And while platypi are mammals, they lay eggs, so they're disqualified. And what is this? Is this a cop? Is she a gator? But reptiles are not people. What? She's a park ranger with the lion. And here are birds that are just regular they're just regular penguins. But what is she? Why is she a human? Well, why is she a person when turtles and geckos are not? Do you have to be a certain size to be considered a person? Actually, that might be it. Birds are small. These things are small, even the platypus. The gators are big, so maybe that's why. Trucks or whatever. You know what? Sure. We're leaving it at that. If it lays eggs, or if it's too small, it's not a person. If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. If it doesn't have a tail, then it's an ape. Alright, we'll just live with that. Next, how do horses work? Okay, we have Mr. Stallion over here, we have the donkey family, and we have a pony family. All of them, generally horses. There's a zebra. It's a zebra. Zoe Zebra and her dad. They are zebras. Horses seem to be people in this world. Well, horse-like creatures and stallion. But they also have toy horses that you can ride. Here's George playing pretend, riding a toy horse. So, why then are horse-like creatures people if they're also rideable? At least it's normal to associate them with being ridden. Do you know those coin, like, pay 25 cents to ride this horse at the mall or something? What if instead it was a monk? It was a gorilla. Ride this gorilla for 10 cents. Would you do it? I mean, now that I say it, it actually sounds kind of cool. But is this not basically what they're doing? They're riding, like, less evolved versions of their friends on, but like toys of them. We're moving away from the horse thing, okay? Anthropomorphic animals, sure. Let's just move on and play a nice game of Roblox Piggy. And who is this? Is this a villain? Is that a potato wearing a hat? Mr. Potato. Alright. So there's this character called Mr. Potato. And he's a person. It's not like he's a pig or something wearing a potato costume. No, he just is a pig. No, he just is a potato. Here, we have him wearing a hat, we have him be Super Potato, we have him be Christmas Potato with his whole family. We got Mrs. Carrot. We have, like, I think it's an olive and little sprout, little Brussels sprout there. Okay. Are vegetables people? Are vegetables people in this world? Plants people? Because, yeah, here, we see Rebecca Rabbit eating a carrot. What is this? This is a living, breathing, talking carrot. She's a straight up person, and the rabbits eat carrots, and they encourage you to eat your greens, eat your veggies. So, are they promoting cannibalism, or are they like radiated or something? Why are these particular entities people and not just regular veggies? And now you see here, they're hanging out with Santa Claus, or Father Christmas, or whatever. I'm sorry. This is not a pig. This is a human. Is that the queen? The queen's a human. And so is Father Christmas, or Santa is a human. Why are they the only humans in this world? And why is everyone else an animal? If this was an evolution thing, why are they the only two left? I mean, yeah, we had our time of believing the queen was immortal, because, yeah. And maybe Santa because he's a magical creature thing. And maybe that's why they're so famous in this world. Because they're the only humans left. But, I don't know. Also, the existence of Father Christmas, or Santa. Christmas is... Does that mean that Christianity exists? Was Jesus a human in this world? How much of our world is theirs? Like here, we actually have, like, the donkey family is just straight up French. They are from France. They go to France to visit the donkeys. Here, they have all the countries of the world. They're cosplaying the countries. We have the US, we have France, we have Japan, I think. So we have a whole ton of other countries that are just considered canon. And they go to New York. They just straight up go to New York City. Here we got the Empire State Building. Now we know. Yeah, these two are supposed to be the same building, but they look drastically different. We're just gonna chalk that up to an art style choice. I don't know what this building is that just keeps disappearing. Yeah. And this building gets some details with the second picture. This is the Empire State Building. And this is the new World Trade Center that they built after the attack on 9/11. As you can see by the like triangular shape on the corner there. Here's a different angle. But I'm sorry, if the new World Trade Center exists in Peppa Pig, this episode came out in 2021. Which means this was well after 9/11. Is 9/11 canon? The new World Trade Center implies that there was an old World Trade Center and that it fell down. Was Al-Qaeda canon to Peppa Pig? Does Christianity exist, as I was talking? Was Jesus a human? Where did they draw the line on sentience? Why is Mrs. Croc the only reptile person? And what is up with Mr. Potato and his family? Do regular horses exist? And do predators eat prey? Or is Madame Gazelle just a racist? I don't have any answers for this, besides just it's a cartoon. But I've driven myself crazy for the better part of 3 days thinking about Peppa Pig. So yeah, I don't know how to end this. If you want to watch us play Roblox Piggy and fight Mr. P, let me know, and we'll get on that. Because after bringing it up, this might be the only way forward, and also apparently it has a story, so I'd be looking forward to that. But if you're here for other content, I mean, I'm not gonna be uploading regularly, but please stick around. You might see something you like this video on the top right, or maybe the top left. I don't know. As to not drag this out for too much longer. See ya.